Well, all right, welcome back. What do we have for you today? Well, I did a quick, just little 30-second video the other day in between rainstorms about Molley's lead shed and their slugs. And so we are going to do a little bit better job today at looking at them. He's sent me a good assortment of them for the 45 caliber Element Max. And so I chose 3 because I pretty much have this already tuned for somewhere around 225 grain slugs. I decided to pick some right around that range. Now, again, if you haven't checked out Molley's lead shed yet, I would say for sure you should do it, and I'll put a link down below. Here's the reason why. He sent me both cast and swaged slugs. And honestly, over the years of doing this, I haven't seen this quality. Not to say other people may not have the same quality. I just haven't seen it in the selection of slugs that I've been sent over the years. Now, even his cast slugs, which again, the first short video I did was with 175 grain. Even in those cast slugs, as I was talking to him this morning, he was saying how he didn't feel that those were up to his quality. And when I looked at them, I'm like, well, this is the best quality I've gotten from anybody. So that just goes to show you his concern about the quality of his slugs. All right, so the swage ones, again, are just perfection. You know, they're just perfect. And here's something I want to just mention. Shipping. I've seen so many people's slugs nicked and damaged in shipping because they're not shipped from what I would say is the best way. So he not only puts a certain amount of them in each individual heavy-duty Ziploc, and again that would depend on, obviously the size of the slug would depend on how many you're going to get in here, but he puts a certain amount in each one, seals them up. If it takes 2 or 3 or 4 different Ziploc baggies to do your order, then he does that. So he does that, and that's fantastic. But then what he does on top of that is he takes all those little Ziploc bags and he puts them in a vacuum pack bag and vacuum packs them. So this way there's no movement, or at least very, very little movement, in which the slugs can bounce up against each other and damage the slugs. So again, every single step, every single aspect of what he's doing over there is just making sure that he is producing the highest level in quality slugs that I think anybody can, to be honest. All right, and again, I haven't fired every single person's slugs out there, so don't get on me for that. But listen, I've shot enough to know that these are high quality, and just looking at them and visually inspecting them, they are high quality. Okay, so I said we're going to do 3 different slugs through this 45 caliber, and I'm going to start off with the heavier slugs and work down to the lightest, because obviously this air gun, as it loses air pressure, will decrease the velocity of the slugs every shot, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the heavier ones and work our way down, 2 slugs in each. So this way it as we get lighter and then the depletion of the tank starts to happen, slight lead shot, it kind of offsets a little bit. I think that's the best way to be fair in this. All right, so the first slug we're going to shoot, these are kind of cup or plate based, but they're 245 grain slugs, and they are hollow points. The second one we're going to shoot is a 225 grain, and these are hollow points as well, and they are flat based. The third one is flat based as well, but it is also hollow point, and these are 200 grain. All right, so that'll give us a good idea on these. All right, so what I need to do is I need to go set up, or I need to turn on the camera for the target out there. The target's out at 40 yards, and I know that's not, this long distance, but as you can see kind of over to the side, or hopefully you can see, here in Southwest Virginia, we don't normally shoot long distances because, you know, we're up in the mountains and in the woods and it's pretty thick. So 40, 50, 60 yards is pretty common for us. The target's at 40 yards. It is 12 inches tall, 6 inches across. That'll give you a good idea of the size. And I'm going to go out, turn on the camera. I'll be right back and we'll shoot these 6 shots. All right, so I'm back. In case you're wondering, this is just an inexpensive 3x9 scope set at 9 power because obviously that has something to do with it. Again, if you're using a 24 power scope, you know, you're assuming that the groups would be tighter. This is a hunting rifle, so I'm using a hunting scope. Also, at the end, the moderator. Again, this is a Hush Can from Lethal Air. I'm not sure if he still has these available or not, but this thing works fantastic. So if you're looking for a big bore one or small bore, I think he makes them for both. Go check him out and ask him if he's still doing them or not. All right, so we're going to put the first one in. Again, larger slugs to smaller slugs is how we're going to shoot them. All right. I would say that's a kill shot. And by the way, I have this Bigfoot target that I'm using because this is Bigfoot country. You know, if you didn't know that. And it's open season on them, so if you ever want to come hunting for Bigfoots, Southwest Virginia is the place to do it. You can't find a better place than here. Just so you know, this also puts out about 400 FPE, in case you were wondering. All right, so these next two are going to be the 225s. Again, hollow point, but it does have a flat base on this one. Oh, you got to cock it. It's one thing with these hammer cocking. I used to forget a lot more, but still do every once in a while. All right. Bug season out. They're everywhere this year. And these are hitting pretty much right on top of one another. All right, so the last ones are the 200 grain. And again, these are all hollow points. This one is also a flat base, as well as the last one. And let's put this last slug in here. All right. Well, there you go. Again, you know, all in the same area. With hunting rifles, I always say, you know, you want to be kind of in, you know, I don't know, 3-inch kind of group. Just depending on how close you are. These aren't going to be exactly right on top of one another, but you can see they're all right in the same kind of grouping area. That's what you want to see out of a decent hunting rifle. We're not hunting mice. We're not hunting rabbit. We're not hunting raccoon or possum. We're hunting, you know, good medium-sized game. We're hunting pig and we're hunting deer with this, and this is fantastic for either one of those. Anything that size. Coyote, yeah, this would put a major hurting on a coyote. This may be a little bit of an overkill for a coyote, but again, you know, it's going to do the job very well. All right, so Molley's Lead Shed. Man, you need to check him out. That's all I'm going to say. I'm looking forward to trying out some of his other calibers and some of my other rifles. And, you know, again, I'll put the link down below. You can kind of click on it and it'll take you right there. And we'll be back with more of these. I can guarantee you that. Well, I have some heavier ones too, so I didn't want to shoot those in this grouping. I wanted to keep them around this size. So we'll come back and we'll shoot some of the heavier ones a little bit later on. All right, till next time, shoot lots, be safe, and we will see you again soon. Take care now.